Check, microphone check. And we are checking, and it seems to be working. Oh, folks, we're just getting the starting lineups here for SPASH versus DC Everest right here on CentralWisconsinSports.net's live stream. First live stream here at Fire Pro Field in beautiful Plover, Wisconsin. It's kind of a chilly day here on the drive down from Wausau. It seemed like it was going to be kind of a sunny affair, but it has clouded over here a little bit. And SPASH Panthers are just about to be announced here. We have 4 teams here at this quad, and SPASH will be playing 2 games. First one versus Deforest.
Good luck to both teams, and let's play ball.
Are you ever going to invent a screen that you can see in the daylight?
What's that?
Are you ever going to have a screen?
I don't think so.
There has to be some formula to that, you know?
You would think.
It's true.
Yeah, it's hard to see what's going on.
You bet.
All right, folks, and we are ready for ball here at Fire Pro Field in lovely Plover, Wisconsin, as the SPASH Panthers are about to take on the Deforest softball team. It's a little bit windy here, as you can tell from the microphone noise. And Hobart is up first for Deforest. Aubrey Donor pitching for SPASH. The first pitch is fouled away down the left field line. 1 strike and no balls. We do want to welcome you to our coverage here on CentralWisconsinSports.net of SPASH softball, coming live to you from Fire Pro Field in Plover. Droner with another pitch, pop up on the third base side, and Shaylee Cluck makes the out. That's 1 out for the Panthers, and that will bring up DeForest's next batter, Dreschmeyer. Number 8, Dreschmeyer for DeForest. 1 out here in the first inning. Pop out by Harboat. And there's a ball by Droner. Another foul ball. This time down the first base side, out of play. And the count is 1-1 here for Dreschmeyer. SPASH, of course, is trying to rebound after a loss to Wisconsin Valley Conference rival DC Everest. First time that they lost to Everest in 17 years, as Droner's pitch is inside. And the count is now 2-1. And there's a ground ball to the shortstop. That's Megan Roth, and she throws to Eckroat for the out. And there are 2 down now for DeForest here in the first inning. Good start so far here for Droner and SPASH. Like I said, trying to rebound from that loss to DC Everest last week. I think it was Tuesday. And Droner comes in, and that's a strike. Count is now 1-1 Klein is the batter for Deforest. Droner steps in, and that one is high for ball 2. 2-1 now to Klein. And there's a shot down the right field line, and that's a base hit for Klein. Nice rip there, right in between the second and first baseman, and that fell for a hit, and that's a nice looking opposite field rip there for Klein. And it brings up Olsen, the number 4 hitter, and we're going to get a courtesy runner here for Deforest. So Deforest with 1 runner aboard, 2 outs here in the first, and Olsen up to bat. Droner fires, and that one's a little bit high, maybe a little bit outside. Good eye by Olsen. And that one is ripped down the third base line. It's off of Cluck's glove, and it falls in for a base hit, and the pinch runner there goes to third. So now Deforest with something going here in the first inning with runners on second and third. 2 outs. After Spash had 2 quick outs, all of a sudden Deforest has got 2 runners aboard in scoring position, and that brings up Stewart, number 15, Stewart. Stewart looking for an RBI opportunity here with 2 runners aboard on second and third. Droner comes in and gets the ground ball. Nice throw to first to get out of the inning. So after 1/2 inning of play, it's 0 Deforest, and Spash will be coming up. There's 2 hits in that inning, half inning, no runs and no errors. You're watching Spash Softball right here on CentralWisconsinSports.net. And the first Spash batter in this contest will be the speedy Brianna Flugar. Flugar's had a good season so far. Let's see if she can get something going here for the Spash Panthers. Always a threat to bunt. And Flugar takes the first one, and that's a strike on the inside part of the plate. Nice pitch. And Flugar tries to bunt and pops it foul behind her. And that will go down as her second strike. So no balls and 2 strikes for Flugar here. We're in the bottom of the first inning. Score is 0-0. Aubrey Droner, the Spash pitcher, got out of 2 runners in scoring position, jam with 2 outs in the the top of the first inning. And Spash trying to get some runners here in their half of the inning. That's outside. Good eye by Flugar. And the pitch, it's popped up, and the catcher makes the play. Nice out right here going into your living room. And Flugar goes down 0 for 1 on the day, and that'll bring up Maggie Gruber. Gruber, a left-handed hitter. Whoa. All of a sudden we got some audio going here. Crowd kind of jolted to life there after that little outburst. And Maggie Gruber, it's a slap hitter. And there's a strike on the outside part of the plate. One strike and no balls here on Gruber. Gruber, as you can see, the slap hitter runs up to meet that one, but it falls well short of the plate for ball one. 1-1 now, Gruber. Gruber Spash's number 2 hitter today. And there's a strike. Gruber swings through that one, kind of on the inside part of the plate. 2 balls now and 1 strike. And Gruber slaps one down the third base line, but out of play. Still 2 balls and 1 strike. Of course, we're coming to you from Fire Pro Field here in Plover, Wisconsin. Deforest versus SPASH. No score in the bottom of the first inning. 1 out here for SPASH. Gruber got some aluminum on that one. Perhaps a composite bat. It's hard to tell from this angle. But a foul, and the count remains 2-1 here for Maggie Gruber. And Gruber lifts one to center field, but unfortunately right at the center fielder, and she is out for the second out for the SPASH Panthers. Which brings up Aubrey Droner, the pitcher for SPASH. Droner, of course, is just a freshman and has made quite an impression here so far in her first couple of starts here for SPASH, both in the circle and at the plate. That one's low for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Jordan Kowaleski is on deck for the SPASH Panthers. No score here in the bottom of the first inning. That pitch is high. Droner takes. Ball 2. Got a pretty decent crowd here on hand. Folks coming in from Deforest to watch the team play. Droner hits that one, and it might... No, it does not drop, and the right fielder made the catch. So Droner is out, and SPASH scores 0. And the score is 0-0 now, heading to the top of the second inning. Deforest coming up to bat. All right, and Deforest is coming up to bat now. And it's number 10, Schuart. And she takes a ball, which is low. Score is 0-0 here in the second inning. And the count is 1 ball and no strikes. And there's a swinging bunt, which apparently went off of Schuart's shin there for a foul ball and a strike. So this count is now 1-1. And there's a foul ball. And the count is 2-2 now. Stewart with a nice rip on that last one. Fouled it back to the screen. Oh, and Droner with what looked like it could have been a drop ball there. And Stewart swung right over the top of it and records the first out. That's Droner's first strikeout. Droner's first strikeout of the game here in the second inning to get out the first out. And Cole is up as the batter now for Deforest. There's a strike on the inside corner. Nice pitch by Droner. According to Coach Droner, which is Aubrey's father, Aubrey has command of 4 different pitches, so you can imagine what's going through a batter's head when she throws a fastball and then follows that up with a drop ball followed by a riser. They might not quite be sure what's coming next. 2 strikes there, another swinging miss. And there's a high fastball, good pitch, but Cole was able to lay off of it. Oh, and that one hit her, and she will be taking a base. So Cole reaches on a hit by pitch. That's the first runner of the second inning for Deforest. There's 1 out now, and the batter is Felicia Jen. I have no idea how to say her name. I guess that one was inside. One ball and no strikes. That one was inside as well. 2 balls now. As Droner goes back and kicks some dirt around a little bit in the circle. Squares to bunt. Nothing doing with the ball high and outside. 3 balls now and no strikes. 1 runner aboard for Deforest, trying to get something going here in the top of the second inning. Score is still 0-0. Spash went 3 up, 3 down in their half of the first inning, and there's a ground ball to the shortstop, Megan Roth. She goes to first, and Eckroth stretches to get the out. Nice play by Megan Roth there. Roth is a very solid fielder, and she's also a tremendous hitter, so she's quite an asset to the Spash team. Geary is up now for Deforest. Number 22. And there's a ground ball, and Eckroth's going to swallow that one up and take it herself unassisted for the out. And score remains 0-0 after 1 1/2 innings of play. Spash is coming up. All right, folks, here we go at the bottom of the second inning. Spash Panthers are up to bat once again after going 3 up and 3 down in the first inning. Jordan Kowaleski, the catcher, is up first for SPASH. And she takes a mighty rip at that one. A little bit outside on the pitch, but worth taking a cut at, and it's 1 strike and no balls. There's a high ball, and it's 1-1 now for Kowaleski. SPASH's young catcher. Kowaleski is only a sophomore this season. Played a lot last season as a freshman as well. That one's outside. Good eye by Kowaleski, and the count is 2 balls and 1 strike. We're here in the second inning. No score between Deforest and SPASH. Right here at beautiful Fire Pro Field in Plover, Wisconsin. That one looked to be inside. Kowaleski kind of got brushed off the plate there, but it's called a strike nonetheless. And it evens the count. They did call that a ball, so it's 3-1. Good eye by Jordan there. That one right down the middle. Kowaleski just maybe a hair late on that one as she fouls it down the first base side and out of play. Two balls and 2 strikes now. And that one's high, and Kowaleski squats out of the way for a 3-2 full count now situation. Kowaleski is the first batter for SPASH here in the second inning. SPASH trying to get 1 runner aboard. Good pitch, and Kowaleski drives that one deep to center field, and it looks like it's over the center fielder's head, and that one's out of here. Jordan Kowaleski with the home run, my goodness. That one jumped off the bat and just kept going, and the team runs up to greet her. Jordan Kowaleski, the sophomore, with a deep shot to straight out center field. That one she hit, and it just kept going. I think the wind's a little bit to our back, but I don't know if it needed that much help because that one was way out of here. And it's 1-0 SPASH after the Kowaleski home run. Holy smokes. Well, we hope to see a lot more of that kind of power from the young catcher here. At least SPASH fans want to see that. Megan Roth up to bat now. And that one's high for ball 1. Holy cow. That was quite a shot by Kowaleski. Put a charge into the SPASH fan base here. Roth turns on that one, and it's fouled to the first baseman, and that is a pop-out for Megan Roth, the senior. And it brings up Shaylee Cluck. So there's 1 out in the inning now. SPASH leading 1-0. We're in the bottom of the second. 1 out as sophomore Shaylee Cluck gets in the batter's box. And she takes a rip at the first one, fouls it down the first base side and out of play, well out of play. Cluck gets some signs from Coach Tom Droner and steps in. And there's a pitch, and Cluck hits this one a mile. And that one's off of the fence in left field, and Cluck will easily get into second base and stays there for a double as SPASH is starting to show some signs of life on offense here. With Shaylee Cluck, the sophomore, with a rip, and that one just missed being a home run too. It was maybe a couple of feet more, and it would have been over the fence there in left field. Nice rip by Shaylee Cluck. Hannah Warzella is up now, looking to drive in another run. It's still 1-0 here in the bottom of the second. SPASH leading 1-0 on the Kowaleski home run. And there's Warzella, and it's popped out to the second baseman. Good looking hit there by Warzella. It just didn't find a hole. Jordan Kaminsky now up, number 7 for SPASH. There's 2 outs, and Cluck is on second. That one's a strike. Looked to be a little bit outside possibly, but a strike nonetheless, and it's 0-1 on Warzella. Warzella had one nice hit against DC Everest back on Tuesday afternoon. looking to follow that one up. And that's another strike. They're staying away from Warzella. 2 strikes now and no balls. Cluck on second base. And they're staying away, and that one's well outside for ball 1. And there's a, foul ball by Warzella up the right field line. Count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes to Jordan Kaminsky. And there's strike 3. The catcher drops the ball, and Warzella's probably going to be safe here. And she is, and Cluck advances to third. So Warzella strikes out, but she manages to reach. And Smash has new life as Janelle Nelson comes up to bat. Janelle Nelson, a senior for SPASH, as she steps in there. 2 outs now for SPASH, 2 on. 1 run is already in. Here's the pitch. Nelson takes a cut and fouls it straight back. 0 balls and 1 strike. That was good hustle by Kaminsky on that last play, and good presence of mind to run to first base as the pitch got past the Deforest catcher. And that one was outside as Kaminsky takes second base now. Runners second and third for SPASH. 1 ball and 1 strike to Janelle Nelson. Dreschmeyer in the circle. And that one is also outside. 2 balls now, 1 strike to Janelle Nelson. Again, Shaylee Cluck on third base. Jordan Kaminsky on second base for the SPASH Panthers. Nelson looking to slap one into a hole here and drive in some runs. Good cut there by Nelson. Fouled back. 2-2. And Nelson late on that one as Dreschmeyer gets out of it with a nice strikeout. That's her first strikeout of the game. And the score is 1-0. SPASH Panthers leading after a home run by catcher Jordan Kaminsky. All right, SPASH comes up, or excuse me, Deforest comes up here at the top of the 3rd inning, and Harbard is the first batter for Deforest. And Droner comes in, that's low and inside for ball 1. SPASH took the lead in the last inning on a home run by catcher Jordan Kowaleski. Nice play by Cluck, gets it over, and Eckroat, they're saying, did not tag the runner there. Looked like she swung through and got the runner out. Tom Droner is not at all happy with that call, but they're saying that the runner was safe, and that brings up Dreschmeyer, who's also, or is it Dreschmeyer? This is 8. Dreschmeyer. Emma Dreschmeyer, she's 0 for 1 with the ground out in the game.
You ready, George? You ready here? Dory, maybe she'll try to steal second. Take her there. Come on, Emma, stay hot here, kid.
Droner gets ready and delivers. And there's a bunt attempt, which is no good. Fired down to first base, and the runner is out. Kovaleski, holy smokes, having herself quite a game as Kovaleski mowed down the runner after the bunt attempt. And there's one out now. Great defense by SPASH on that play. Kovaleski not only hit a home run last inning, she just showed off her arm cutting down that runner at first base. There's a high and outside pitch by Droner. And the count is now, should be 1-1. Now it's another high one. 2-1. 2 balls and 1 strike to Emma Dreschmeyer. Grounded out her last at bat, like we said. And there's a rip straight back behind the fans covering their heads to make sure they don't get hit on the noggin here. Folks, it is anything but warm today here in Plover. When the sun comes out, it's not quite so bad, but there is some wind, as you can probably tell from the audio, as there's another high ball for Dreschmeyer. Count is now 3 balls and 1 strike, but it's not warm. Another high one, and that's a walk. And that's Droner's first walk of the game. And that brings up Klein. Oh, sorry, I must have said that Klein was, this is their pitcher, number 12. And I inadvertently gave credit to Dreschmeyer for pitching, so excuse me on that one. There's a high ball from Droner. Klein is 1 for 1. Got a base hit in the first inning. And she's looking for another one here with 1 runner aboard for Deforest. There's a strike from Droner. 1-1 now, the count on Klein, the pitcher from Deforest. Yeah, people are bundled up here. Blankets. Strike there. Blankets wrapped around them, sitting on cushions. These bleachers can't be any too warm on a day like this. But any day is a good day for softball here in Plover. And there's an inside strike, and Klein strikes out. Second strikeout for Droner in the game. And that was a nice pitch. That might have been a drop ball kind of on the inside there, and Klein wasn't quite prepared for it. Maybe looking for a fastball. Olsen now up. And that one's low. 1 ball and no strikes. Good job of Kaminsky to block that one. Look the runner back at first base. 2 outs here in the top of the 3rd inning. SPASH leading 1-0. There's a hit to Eckroth. Gobbles it up, steps on first, and that ends the inning. So, 1 runner for Deforest. Unable to score though. 1-0 SPASH. We're going to the bottom of the 3rd. All right, folks, we're live here at Fire Pro Field in beautiful Plover, Wisconsin on a cold, windy April day. And SPASH is leading 1-0, and Brianna Flugar will lead things off here for the Panthers. And she squares the bunt and gets it down, and you're not going to get Brianna Flugar, I can tell you that much. She is as speedy a runner as they come. And there's a first runner aboard for SPASH. Flugar is a threat to steal, to say the least. Anytime that she gets on base, you can look for Flugar to think about taking off here. Flugar is now 1 for 2 with that bunt. Maggie Gruber up now, looking to advance her, and there goes Flugar, and just according to script, she takes second base easily. 1 runner aboard here. Flugar steals second, and Gruber is the batter. We'll see if Droner tries to sacrifice Flugar over to third or let Maggie Gruber hit. And she squares the bunt and pulls back. Flugar is kind of toying with the catcher a little bit. Gruber squared the bunt the last time. And she does it once again, and that one is fouled straight up into the fence. And that is the second strike on Gruber. Spash trying to advance the runner to third base. The speedy Brianna Flugar. Gruber, you'd have to think, would be swinging away at this situation. And that pitch is high and outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes now on Maggie Gruber, Spash's number 2 hitter. Gruber flew out the last time. She's 0-1 so far today. Back in the first inning, she flew out. And that one's inside, and there goes the ball by the catcher. Flugar will take third base. 3 balls now and 2 strikes on Gruber. Flugar advances to third. Spash with a golden opportunity here to extend their lead from 1-0. Their 1 run coming on a Jordan Kovaleski home run back in the first inning. And that's a good cut there by Gruber. Or excuse me, the Kovaleski home run was in the second inning. Led off the second inning with a home run. Gruber now takes a pitch high and outside, and she's going to walk. Now Spash with 2 runners aboard, no outs, and Aubrey Droner up to bat. Freshman Aubrey Droner getting some instructions from her father, Tom Droner, number 13. Takes a couple of practice cuts here before standing in against Klein, the Deforest pitcher. Gruber might be taken off here in this situation. We'll have to see. Yep, and there she goes. Now Spash with runners on second and third base, and the dangerous hitter, freshman Aubrey Droner, up, seeing if she can drive him in. Spash up 1-0 here in the bottom of the third inning. Droner with a cut at that one, follows down the first base line and out of play. 2 strikes now on the young hitter. As the wind comes up, and the wind is coming from the batters' backs today. The pitch from Klein, and that's a strike, and Droner is out on strikes. And that brings up Kovaleski, who hit the big shot back in the second inning. 2 runners on board here for Spash. Maggie Gruber at second and Brianna Flugar at third. Kovaleski steps in against Klein. First pitch is high and outside, ball 1. Klein rocks and delivers. That one's outside again. It appears like they're being a little bit careful with Kovaleski after her monster shot to center field in her last at bat. Pitch from Klein. That one's outside. Staying way outside on Kovaleski. All 3 pitches so far. It's 3 balls and no strikes. Megan Roth on deck for the Panthers. Only 1 out here. 2 runners aboard. That one's outside. Kowalewski on 4 pitches, all of them outside. And that brings Roth up to bat, and I'm not sure if that was a kind of an intentional walk there, but I wouldn't necessarily say that that's a good idea of bringing Megan Roth up to bat with 1 out and the the bases juiced. So Roth with an RBI opportunity here. Unofficially, that is 2 walks for Klein in the contest. 3rd inning here. Pinch runner comes in for catcher Kowalewski. That's, I believe, Kylie Hodgson. And DeForest is going to talk it over here a little bit. You are watching SPASH softball right here on CentralWisconsinSports.net as the sun finally shows through the cloud cover here at Fire Pro Field in Plover, Wisconsin. We're happy to have you with us. And there's 6 people watching now. We didn't really announce this much because we were going to test out the conditions here at Fire Pro. We will be live streaming the games here next weekend on, I believe it's May 3rd, right here from Fire Pro Field. We're looking forward to that. We'll promote that really heavily. So if you can't make it out to the game at Fire Pro, log on to CentralWisconsinSports.net and we'll give you all the action live as it happens. Also be sure to check out the game reports afterwards. Brandon Lang will be writing these games up. Hope to have some video, good interviews from the players and coaches as Ross steps in against Klein. And that is a strike to Megan Roth. Megan Roth, a senior, excellent hitter, one of SPASH's best hitters last year, if you can believe that, with the likes of Heather Woyak and Taylor Smola, Nikki Hauser, some of those kids. Roth with the shot, and that's a gapper, and that's out of here. Megan Roth with a grand slam home run for the SPASH Panthers. Holy smokes, that one went out of here in a hurry, folks, to right center field, and Roth is smiling as she comes in, and the team greets her. Big shot by Megan Roth. Took an 0-1 fastball deep to center, a little bit right center field. What a shot. And all of a sudden, just like that, SPASH is up 5-0, and we're in the bottom of the 3rd inning. There's still only 1 out. Shaylee Cluck is up to bat. Holy smokes, the 2nd home run of the game for the SPASH Panthers, and that one was way out of here, folks. To right center in the gap. Incredible shot by Megan Roth, the senior. Now SPASH with a nice, comfortable 5-0 lead, and they're going to look to add to it here with Shaylee Cluck up to bat, and she takes the first one high for a ball. Quite a shot by Roth. And Cluck takes one outside now. 2 balls and no strikes on Shaylee Cluck, the sophomore. Shaylee's playing 3rd base today for SPASH in the field. And her last at bat was a double, and that one was almost a home run as well. Oh, nice catch there by the Deforest first baseman as she caught that ball as it was ranging out of bounds there. Good defensive play as Cluck is out. Hannah Warzella now up for SPASH. Klein gets ready in the circle and rocks and fires, and that one's a strike to Warzella. Warzella's a really good hitter as well. I mean, the SPASH team has got some younger players than what they've had the last couple of years, but they've got a club that can hit here. And there's a cut by Warzella, fouled back, and some Wisconsin Rapids fans over on the other field shield their heads. It's 2 strikes and no balls now, Warzella. That one is high into the backstop. Ball 1. SPASH leading 5-0. We're in the bottom of the 3rd inning here in the first game of this quad. Warzella takes a high fastball, and that one's going to center fielder. Center fielder's coming on and makes the grab to end the inning. But not before Megan Roth hits a grand slam home run to give SPASH a 5-0 lead after 3 innings. We're headed to the 4th here with Deforest coming up. All right, top of the 4th inning here at Fire Pro Field in beautiful Plover, Wisconsin, with SPASH leading 5-0. And Stewart is the batter for Deforest. Deforest hasn't gotten too much going on offense here. They threatened in the 1st inning, had runners at 2nd and 3rd with 2 outs, unable to get a run. And there's a hit, and it's past Pflugar at second base into the gap in center field. And that's going to be a standing double for Stewart. Nice hit. Stewart was 0 for 1 before that hit, and that's going to go as a double. And a good start here for Deforest in the top of the 4th inning. And this is Lydia Short. And there's a high fastball from Aubrey Droner. Stewart prepares, Droner comes in, and that one must have been a little bit high, possibly inside. Looked like a pretty good pitch from Droner. That one's outside. 3 balls and no strikes now. 1 runner aboard for Deforest. We're in the 4th inning here at Fire Pro Field in beautiful Plover, Wisconsin. Droner rocks and fires. That one's inside for a strike. Stewart taking the whole way there on a 3-0 count. Or, well, 2-0. I guess she wasn't probably taking the whole way there. But anyways, there's a rip, and it's caught in right field, and throw comes in, holding the runner. Excellent play out there by Janelle Nelson in right field. That one looked like it could have got to the gap, possibly, as Nelson ranged to her right to make that catch. I think the wind is playing a little bit of a role in some of these balls, coming off with a lot of pop so far today. And this is Cole up to bat now for Deforest. 1 strike, 1 out here in the top of the 4th inning. 1 runner aboard for Deforest. Pitch is high from Droner. 1 ball and 1 strike. All of SPASH's runs coming on home runs today. Jordan Kovaleski, the young catcher, with a solo shot, and then Megan Roth with a grand slam in the last inning. There's a grounder to Droner. Throws high, but Eckrow gets her, and that's the 2nd out of the inning for Deforest. The runner advances to 3rd base. Felician is the batter now, number 26 for Deforest. Droner in the circle, and that one is good for a strike on the inside part of the plate. Nice pitch from Droner. And there's a grounder, and that one's gobbled up by Brianna Pflugar. Tips it to Mackenzie Eckrow for the last out of the inning, and SPASH comes out of the 4th unscathed, still leading 5-0 here at Fire Pro Field in Plover, Wisconsin. We do want to thank you for joining our broadcast here on CentralWisconsinSports.net. Looks like there's still about 4 of you hanging on. We do appreciate it. again, you'll want to catch our live streaming broadcast on next weekend as we cover some more SPASH softball right here from Fire Pro Field in beautiful Plover, Wisconsin. And Jordan Kaminsky lead things off here for SPASH in the bottom half of the fourth inning with the SPASH Panthers leading 5-0. Two big home runs by SPASH batters so far. Jordan Kovaleski and Megan Roth with the big shots for the Panthers. As Kaminsky steps in, and she struck out in her first at-bat. New pitcher for Deforest is Lydia Schubert. Number 10, Lydia Schubert, now pitching for Deforest. First pitch from Schubert is a little bit low. Rolls to the backstop as Kaminsky takes some practice swings here. Trying to get a feel for the new hurler for Deforest. Another ball low. 2 balls and no strikes to Kaminsky. That one's a little bit higher. Kaminsky lays off it. Looked like a pretty good pitch, but it's a third ball. It's 3-0 now on Kaminsky. We're here in the fourth inning. Bottom of the fourth, SPASH leading 5-0. There's a strike as Schubert finds the strike zone on that one. Kaminsky appeared to be taking 3-1 now. And that one is high and outside, and Kaminsky takes her base. And Nelson comes up. Nelson, who made a nice catch in the last half inning. And right field for SPASH, the speedy senior, Janelle Nelson. 0 for 1 so far today with a strikeout. Squares the bunt. Kind of a high pitch that she offered at, and that's a strike on the foul tip. No balls, 1 strike to Nelson, 1 runner aboard. Kaminsky at first base. Nelson squares to bunt. This one's low. She gets it down, and it dribbles out of bounds. That was a pretty good bunt there by Nelson, but it did go out of bounds for her second strike. Nelson looking to advance the runner. Kaminsky to second base. Let's see what she does here with the 2-strike, no ball count. Kaminsky, the runner, at first base. High pitch there. Nelson lays off. And Nelson gets that one, and it's going to be a long throw for the shortstop. She goes to second base, can't get her. Nice infield hit there by Janelle Nelson, right into the hole for the shortstop, who ranged over. She got the ball, threw it to second. Kaminsky was in there easily. And that's a base hit for Nelson, who is 1 for 2 now on the day. And that brings up Pflugar and the top of the order for SPASH. Pflugar bunted aboard in her last at-bat. And we'll see what she's going to do here. Thinks about bunting, pulls it back. With runners on first and second. Might not be a bad idea to have Pflugar bunt here with her speed, because the chances of throwing her out at first base are very, very slim. Pflugar takes a high one there. Should be 2 balls now and no strikes. Flugar, second baseman for SPASH, senior on this year's team. Swinging that one, and then she lifts it into left field, and that one is going to go all the way to the wall. 1 run scores. Nelson comes in. Excuse me. Yeah, 2 runs are in. Or 1 run is in, at least. Yeah, it was Kaminsky that scored. Sorry, folks. It was 1 run in for SPASH, and that was Kaminsky that scored on the double from Flugar. Nice rip there by Flugar all the way to the wall in left field, and SPASH not having any problems offensively in this game, folks. Runners on second and third now. This is Maggie Gruber up to bat, the left-handed slap hitter. Nelson is at third. Flugar's at second. SPASH looking for a big inning here. There are no outs yet. And that ball gets by the catcher, and Nelson thought about coming home. Stopped. And with a 6-run lead, I guess that's probably not such a bad thing. Gruber takes a couple of practice cuts. And the pitch from Schuert. That was a batting practice fastball there from Schuert. Has lined up the middle. 2 runs is going to score. Nelson is in, and Flugar slides into home base. Gruber with 2 RBIs on that one, and all of a sudden SPASH has broken this one into an 8-0 lead. Nice hit right up through the middle there from Gruber. 2 more runs score for SPASH, and Droner is now up, freshman pitcher for the SPASH Panthers. Gruber's at first base. Pitch is low. Ball 1. So Flugar with an RBI so far in the inning, and Gruber just drove in 2 more runs. Still no outs. Droner laces one through the box, straight up the middle, and that's a base hit for Droner. That's 1 for 3 for Droner so far today, the single. Kowaleski is up, walked in her last at-bat. They didn't want to have anything to do with her. It seemed like pitched her outside 4 straight pitches after she hit the home run in the 2nd inning. That was a 1 solo shot by Jordan in the 2nd inning, and now there's a pinch runner for Droner, and it's Gregorich. Taylor Gregorich is at first base now, pinch runner for Droner. Gruber's at second base. 2 on now, no out for SPASH, and their talented sophomore catcher is up to bat, Jordan Kowaleski. Kowaleski 1 for 1 in the game with a home run. That is a high pitch. Kowaleski takes some practice cuts and gets ready. And she hits that one to the shortstop. Shortstop goes the short way to third base and cuts down the lead runner. Nice defensive play there. So Kowaleski is 1 for 2 now on that fielder's choice. And that brings up Megan Roth. Pinch runner goes in for Kowaleski. Kylie Hodgson is the courtesy runner for Kowaleski. So 2 on now for SPASH, 1 out. Panthers leading 8-0 here in the bottom of the 4th inning, and that first ball is low, and Roth stays off it. Roth, of course, with the monster shot in her last at-bat that was a grand slam home run and broke this game wide open. Roth looking to get more here. Her second at bat. Big swing, and that one is straight up. And the catcher can't make the play. That's a foul ball. And with the wind kind of going the way that it is, there's a lot of spin on that ball too. Play might not be as easy as it might have looked. So Roth gets a new life here. 1 ball, 1 strike. Stewart, the pitcher. That one's low and inside. Roth lays off. 2 balls and 1 strike. Roth turns on that one, gets by the shortstop, and they're going to hold the runners. And nice rip there by Roth. And Megan is now 2 for 3 in this game, of course, with a big shot, and that was a single right past the shortstop for Deforest. And the bases are now loaded for Shaylee Cluck. I tell you, it just doesn't get any easier with these SPASH batters if you're the opposing team facing them. A lot of talent here as Roth gets the single, and Cluck, as we all know, is a very, very good hitter too, the sophomore. She's 1 for 2 in this game, flew out in her last at-bat, but already has a double that was nearly a home run in her first at-bat. Cluck turns on that one. It goes to the shortstop. She goes a third, short distance to third base. 1 run scores, and SPASH makes the lead 9-0. 9-0 now. SPASH leading in the bottom of the 4th inning, and Hannah Warzella is up. Takes a strike for first pitch. Runners on first and second for SPASH. Shaylee Cluck is at first. Megan Roth at second. Warzella digs in. And the pitch. Nice pitch. A strike. Warzella swung right over the top of that one. Looked like a little drop on that ball from Stewart. SPASH looking to extend the lead, up 9-0 here in the 4th inning. 2 strikes on Warzella. Takes that one. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And we're going to have a courtesy, or a pinch runner here for Cluck. And Warzella rips one into the gap in left field, and that's going to score 2 runs. As they send both around third base, that's 2 runs. What a rip by Warzella. Holy smokes. SPASH is really hitting the ball well today, folks, and no ball was hit harder than that one by Warzella in the gap in left field, all the way to the fence, and it scores 2 runs. That's 2 RBIs for Warzella, and she's 1 for 3 with a triple on the day. SPASH's offense seems to be firing on all cylinders here after being defeated in their last game against DC Everest. It's 11-0 now. We're in the bottom of the 4th inning. There's 2 outs. And Jaworski is going to bat for SPASH. Number 6, Jaworski. Jada Jaworski steps into bat for SPASH. 2 outs here in the 4th inning. 11-0. The Panthers are defeating Deforest at this point. And there's a strike to Jaworski. 1 runner aboard here. It's Warzella on third base after she just drove in 2 runs with a monster shot to the gap in left field. And there's a nice rip by Jaworski, and that one is into left field. Scores a run. Warzella, an RBI rip for Jaworski. So Jaworski comes in as a pinch hitter for Kaminsky, and immediately comes up with an RBI on a great, nice hit there to left field. Warzella scores, and it is 12-0 SPASH. And we have a pinch hitter here. For SPASH. Ball one outside. 12-0 here in the fourth inning for SPASH. And it's Haley Ayers, the pinch hitter, left-handed hitting. Takes a strike, so it's 1 ball and 1 strike. 1 runner aboard is Jaworski. Ayer digs in, waits for the pitch. And that is outside for a ball. 2 balls and 1 strike to Haley Ayer. Outside pitch that's tapped to the pitcher, and there is your final out of the inning, Haley Ayer with the ground out. 12-0, SPASH leading Deforest. Thanks for joining us right here on CentralWisconsinSports.net for all of your live streaming coverage of SPASH softball. Deforest will be coming up here shortly in the top of the 5th. Okay.
Great job.
Good. That's awesome.
It is. Where's your camera? Oh, right. Just that little thing, huh?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Good.
That's really good.
And we're back here. And there's 1 out here now in the top of the 5th inning. And SPASH, of course, is leading 12-0 still. And there's a hit by pitch situation after the first batter flied out. And that brings up Dreschmeyer as the noon whistles are blowing here in Plover. Getting kind of hungry. I hear all the, or smell the brats here. Fire Pro Field. Great setup for softball. Emma Dreschmeyer steps in. Pitch is high from Droner. Dreschmeyer's 0 for 1 in this game. She does have a walk. 1 runner aboard here for Deforest. Top of the 5th. And there's a cut and a foul. 1 ball and 1 strike. That one's high from Droner. 2 balls now and 1 strike on Emma Dreschmeyer, who has 1 walk and 1 ground out so far in this contest. Deforest is down 12-0, looking to get something going here. That's a grounder to Megan Roth at shortstop. Try to turn the double play, but not in time. They do get the lead runner, and there's 1 down now. And the umpire is going to... Looks like Flugar got roughed up a little bit on that play. Apparently there's two outs. I'm not sure exactly what happened there, other than they're saying that there was a... And I guess that's the end of the inning. That's the end of the game, folks. So SPASH takes this one by the 10-run rule, 12-0. Quite a performance by the SPASH Panthers, as they get a home run from Jordan Kovaleski in the second inning, and a monster shot, grand slam home run from senior Megan Roth to put the game out of reach. As we look through some of the totals here, Flugar was 2 for 3 with a double. Gruber had 2 RBIs. Joner was 1 for 3 with a single. Kovaleski, of course, with the home run. Roth with the big shot ended up being 2 for 3, the grand slam. Cluck was 1 for 3 with a double. Warzella 1 for 3 with 2 RBI single. Jaworski had an RBI, and Nelson was 1 for 2. So those are the quick totals here offensively, as SPASH wins the game 12-0 over Deforest. We do want to thank you for joining us here. SPASH softball coverage right here on CentralWisconsinSports.net. And I believe there will be one game in between this one and when SPASH plays again. Big win for the Panthers after suffering a loss to DC Everest in their last contest. So once again, we do want to thank you for joining us here on CentralWisconsinSports.net. Stay tuned. I believe SPASH's next game is at noon. And my phone is saying that it's 11 o'clock now, so we should be joining you again shortly here for softball once we actually find out what's going on. So once again, thanks for joining us. Check back with us around noon, maybe a little bit before, and we will deliver the next game to you live here at Fire Pro Field in Plover, Wisconsin. Once again, the final score is SPASH 12 and Deforest 0.